Hey. So as I said, I'm gonna video today. Today is my day for vlogging. Okay, so what I'm gonna talk about now, still got my tea. I've still got my little tea to help, you know, the milk production. So today I am gonna talk to you about the Momcozy S9 wearable breast pump. Let's let that focus. Yeah, okay. So I got it in the color green because I like to be different. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Yeah. And you know, it's nice and easy. Essentially, it's got LED display, smart timing, 2 modes and 5 levels. Hey baby, what's the matter? So my little one is teething at the minute. So she's a little bit grumpy. If you guys want me to do a video on teething, let me know. Because teething can happen from anything from any age as low as 3 months. And my last 2 kids both have started teething at 3 months, so I'm going through the motions with that. It's a little bit more grumpy and needing a little bit more TLC, which I'm having to give her happily, obviously. So back to the pump, the Momcozy pump. I have been looking for a new breast pump because essentially I misplaced all the parts from my other one, which was also an electric pump. So basically I had to get a new one because I don't know what I did with it when we moved into this new house. Okay, so it's called the S9. I'll try and leave a link in the description box for this if you do want it. I got it on sale. I believe I paid, I don't want to lie, probably about £40 for it. No, I didn't. It was £50. I paid £50 for it through Amazon, and I just loved it once I got it because I liked the idea of being able to wear your breast pump whilst doing whatever you needed to do. This includes, you know, cooking, cleaning, breastfeeding, like the whole shebang. And that was important for me because I needed to be able to multitask. I will do a video of me actually feeding and using the pump, but currently the pump, the parts for it is actually in some soapy water because I need to wash it and then sterilize it so that I can reuse it because I do use it in between my feeds, as I said before. So I'm just going to talk you through the, you know, the components essentially of what comes in the box, and then I'll also talk to you through the settings and things like that. I will show you the parts that come with it in terms of the actual pieces that do the actual process, but as I said, they are wet and they're in a bowl, so I can just show you quickly what it's like essentially. So it isn't an unboxing video because I've already unboxed it and been using it. So it kind of comes something like this. And then you get these lovely pieces with it. Okay, so it gives you all the cleaning instructions. Okay, and also how to actually use the pump. It is very, very simple, very easy, and you know, to basically watch videos or anything like that on how to use it, they've got a little code on the back, a little barcode that you can scan and basically find out how to use it. It tells you how to sit, how to be relaxed, and it is important when you are using a breast pump that you are relaxed and that you're in a comfortable position and that you're slightly edged forward or like leaning forward, just because it helps with your letdown. And it's just like when you're feeding your baby, you need to be relatively comfortable and you need to be relaxed, and that's one of the most important things, is being relaxed. Some people tend to have their babies next to them whilst they're actually using the breast pump, because that helps with your milk flow. By you looking at your baby, it releases oxytocin and allows for that love drug, essentially, that feeling. Your body just releases that hormone, and that allows your body to optimize whatever it is that it's doing for your baby. So whether it's feeding or breast pump, like using the electric pump, it allows for that to happen and happen smoothly, essentially. We have the release of that hormone naturally every time we look at our baby. It's literally the happy drug. And that's pretty fantastic, I would say. Wouldn't you? Anyway, so yeah, it comes with all these silicone pieces, which, you know, you can just wash by hand. It's very, very simple. And then just another instruction manual to set it up. That was just like a quick guide, some tips and stuff. Yeah. And how often you need to change the diaphragm and things like that. Just to maintain good suction. This is the diaphragm, which is the insert bit that actually helps with the suction and allows the milk kind of passes through this little bit here. Try to get the camera to focus. Yeah. And then you've got these little rubber bits that are supposed to go, that needs to be changed frequently as well, so every 4 to 6 months. Okay, it is recommended that you have 8 minutes per suction and not to exceed the 20-minute mark, because what will happen is then your breast will end up overproducing and you can develop mastitis, which I had mentioned about in one of my previous videos when talking about you know, breastfeeding and the development of mastitis, which I had with my first child. Go look at that video, go check it out. Anyway, so this Momcozy, this is the electric bit that just attaches on. The camera refuses to focus, so this is what it looks like. Okay, and it is very, very simple. This is the on button. Okay, and it goes straight into this mode. This heart here is essentially what's used to stimulate. So this is to stimulate your breast, to allow for your breast to start releasing milk. So it mimics the stimulation, and it has different settings. Okay, so that's the stimulation. Okay, and then it does kind of like stimulate, and then has one long pull to kind of let your breast know that it's required to release some milk. Then you can turn that up, the stimulation, so it can be more intense. Okay, all the way up to level 5. Okay, and that increases the force that's being used as well. Then once you've got your let down, the best thing for you to do is to switch over to the extraction mode, which is where it starts to take longer pulls. And again, that has 5 levels. Okay, and each level obviously increases the level of suction, so be very mindful and just work your way up or find what level you feel is comfortable. I tend to go with the level that my baby sucks at, or when it feels as though it's similar to my baby suckling, because if you go again too high, it can cause pain or discomfort, and it can make your nipples sore, and it won't make you want to do this again. Okay, so that's why it has 5 levels, which I think is fantastic, because it's required to have that many levels just to find somewhere in between that fits for everyone. And then once you finish, you know, pumping for, you know, your 8 minutes, it does say do not exceed the 20-minute mark for the reasons that I explained and stipulated before. You just turn off. Once it has gone to a certain point in time, I think it actually switches itself off once it's hit the 20-minute mark, so it won't allow it to go over that. You'd have to turn it back on and go through the whole process again to actually get, you know, the suction going again. So that's really, really smart and actually very good and helpful, because sometimes when I'm breastfeeding and pumping, I tend to fall asleep. Say fall asleep, doze off. Every mom knows that that happens whilst you're breastfeeding. You feel extremely tired, it's exhausting, and you tend to, you know, your eyes start to close a little bit and you kind of lose track of time, or you just get really comfortable and, you know, you end up kind of just dozing off. Any mom that tells you that they don't, they're lying, because it's just not realistic. Your body responds to this stimulus and you're comfortable, and babies are very soothing and calming. So yeah, sometimes your eyes close and you lose track of time and you might miss that, or you might be busy doing what you're doing and didn't realize that 20 minutes have actually passed and you should have changed, or you should have stopped and changed breast. Now, I would recommend getting 2 of these if possible, only because, like, obviously you have to rotate breasts, or else, you know, you'll end up with one breast bigger than the other and one producing more milk than the other. So really and truly you want, if you have 2 of those so you can do it at the same time, that's fantastic. Or you can feed and pump, that's also good. Just so that there's no discrepancies or differences between both of your breasts. So 2 would be great, especially if, you know, like I said, my little one's going to be going off to nursery in September and I need to express milk. So, you know, ideally, I don't want to have to wait after 8 minutes and then go over to the next breast. It's a bit long. I would prefer to have this and 2 of them, so I might invest in another one. Essentially, I'm going to go and grab the silicone bits for you just so that I can show you what they look like and how easy it is. I promise I will do a video of me actually pumping and feeding at the same time, so you can see how easy it is. I might even throw in a few little bits and bobs where I'm actually pumping whilst I'm hoovering, or, you know, something like that, or changing the baby, or, you know, just so that you can see how simple it is to use. It really isn't hard, and it's very, very simple and very basic. So it makes your life easy. You don't want to be thinking about too much. And the fact is that it sits here, right? Because it sits somewhere like here, and you insert in your training bra or in your maternity bra. It just sits inside, and literally it's easy to just look down, press and change, and it's simple. Nothing complicated and nothing moves. So this is fantastic. I would recommend this any day. Have a look at it. Again, it's the Momcozy S9. Perfect little device to help you. My old breast pump, I used to have to sit there with like 2 suction cups. And even though it was electric, I couldn't move anywhere. I had to stay still, and that wasn't conducive for me or helpful. So let me just grab, so I just wanted to quickly grab the silicone bits, the suction bits that actually go onto your breast, just so that you can see what they look like. As I said, they are in a bowl of soap water because I'm going to be washing it up and then going and putting it to sterilize, because I used it. And I do use it every day, multiple times throughout the day, just because I want to keep my milk flow up and my baby sleeping for longer. So I'll try and make things simple. So this is the cup that collects the milk. This is the cup that collects the milk, and in my next video, when I am pumping and feeding, I will show you the whole thing connected together, because I feel as though I'm doing a disservice essentially. by not having this all together, but I do apologize. It's because I do use it. But it is very, very simple, and it's essentially about 5 pieces, and then the actual electric part of it makes it 6. So it is very, very simple. I can just show you. Ooh. And then this is the cap that goes over it, yeah, and it just sits right there. And then there's a little hole, if you guys can see, I'm just gonna try and get the focus in, that you pour the milk out of. This massive hole will be covered by this, so it doesn't actually fall out. And then just this little bit, which is like the diaphragm and the valve, you know, attachment. It all works together. So I will show you guys in my next video that all attached together, and it actually being in use, so that you can see how effective it is. It's not randomly walking through. Yeah, so essentially the point is, it is a fantastic product. I would definitely recommend it, and I'm definitely planning to invest in a second one. I do love the comfort of it. It doesn't hurt. I don't feel any pain whilst I'm having this electric pump on me, and the stimulation aspect of it helps to get the job done, because it does. It feels very, very impersonal when you are using using a pump. And I do tend to keep my baby close to me whilst I am using it. If she's not breastfeeding or if she's sleeping at the time, I tend to like look at her, and that helps with my letdown and helps with the production of my milk. It just works. And if you do have any questions or anything that you need information on, or anything that I've missed out on, please let me know. Just comment, or you have my email address, which is available, just to ask questions so that I can give information if needed. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. Yeah, just hit me up and I will answer your questions. So yeah, that alongside my little tea. Both very, very helpful. They work quite well together, and yeah, I quite enjoy it. So if anybody does want a little tutorial or list of the things that I use to do my makeup, no makeup look, let me know. Obviously, if you want a bit more coverage, let me know. I will let you know about it. Because in my previous video, I obviously did my quick makeup before I did the video on the tea. So if anybody does have any questions about that, or what it is that I use, I can always let you know. I'm happy to give that information. So until next time, see you guys. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to do a video on. As I've already told you what my next video is going to be. Just stay tuned for that. But if there's anything that, you know, I do have a few videos on washing a newborn and things like that I do plan to release at some point, but you know, I've got editing and stuff like that to do, and I'm busy, so I don't always have the time to get those things done, unfortunately. So I promise I will continue to release videos as frequently as possible. I will try to get it done weekly. I'm just here videoing content and getting things ready and organising myself. You're doing great. If you remember that, you'll be fine. There is no, I mean, yes, there is handbooks on parenting, but no child is the same. And you've got to do what you feel works for you. And as I've always said, me and my sister always run by this saying, mama knows best, and it is absolutely imperative that you remember that. Go with your gut instinct, go with what you feel, and go with the flow. And just remember, you're doing great. And even if you do make mistakes, you will always learn from them, you know, and keep going. No one's perfect. You can just try your best. And if you're trying your best, that's what's important and nothing else. So ignore all the noise, apart from your baby's noise, obviously. Ignore all the noise and the background noise and just focus on you, yourself, and your baby. All right? Take care.